Hi chaps, Sunday morning, and I want to do my possible last test shave with shavette, but this time a shavette with a brand new blade in it. Thanks so much for the call out about different styles of blade. It seems you can get pink platinum plated blades, long blades for these. They're 28 quid for 20. Anyway, I'm going to compare this very expensive but very lovely feather, which I did obtain second hand, but in brand spanking new, in its box, no blades. I did have some blades and they're not very good. Anyway, we'll try this one against this. Now, when you consider this one is an Edaco, whoever they are, it's a Hamburg ring, extra hollow ground, and I truncated the nose. It was a round nose with a fault. Now it's a square, as in for the American market. When you consider, I bought this beautiful razor in its box for less than the price of a packet of blades for one of these things. I know we're not talking about economy here, but anyway, just a thought I'd mention it. Let's try putting on one of my old favourites here, which is the tobacco stick, because I'm in a hurry, because I want to go skating. Yes, they're letting me out. So I should be skating about midday, probably, on the seafront with my gang. And hopefully Gianluca, Renata, possibly even the alien. Anyway, that will keep me out of mischief. It'll keep me vaguely fit. This is very strange stuff. With coarse stubble, this is only 2 days of stubble, but with coarse stubble, this stuff is stripped off. It's like, whoa, look at that. So I won't need any more of that today. I would recommend it though. Tobacco shave stick from Germany. Lasts forever. And in my opinion, what I would term a kind vegan lather. So let's get on with the shave. I'm not going to keep you long today. This is just a comparison, which is what Martin's test shaves are all about. Now, this is a synthetic brush, as you all know by now. I rather prefer synthetics. It's incredibly soft, very gentle, beautiful lather. Don't particularly find any faults with it. It's a yucky brush, so they're not expensive, and they don't have to take horrible, poor little badgers and pull them apart just to get their bristles. And as for the other types of bristle, mostly the boar, I have tried a boar bristle. It's a bit like being stabbed in the face with a medieval mace. I know you're supposed to break them in, but spending half a day beating the crap out of one on concrete blocks and then soaking it for a week isn't really what life's about for me. This straight out the box, perfect shave. Can't beat nylon. Anyway, enough of that. Sorry to keep wittering on. As I say, I've got my special, there's my little emblem, the Lambton Skaters emblem, designed by Chris. Anyway, that's a reasonable lather. This is a very, very, very nice little razor, actually. It's a 6/8. It has forged and real hollow ground in Germany on one side, Edaco on the other. If you're going to buy a Solingen razor, an old Solingen razor, try and get as much detail sign on it as possible. I've got another one I used the other day and it just says Solingen something, and it not particularly good. Anyway, let's try this one. This is on a true Belgian coticule edge. If you buy yourself a Belgian coticule, a good quality yellow one, they're incredible stones. Now, a lot of people would argue they haven't got the time or the patience, but it's a joy. Anyway, this is still very good. Listen to that. only 20 strokes on my strop, my nice smooth strop, and you're away to go. This will last you and your descendants at least one, probably 2 lifetimes. But each to their own. Let's now try this Feather Professional with a brand new blade. The other one I had used for other purposes. We won't go into that. Yeah, a different feel. Horrible small blade. Heavy blade, but difficult to control. Hasn't got the same feel as what I'm used to, which is obviously a true straight razor. But it's a sharp edge, I'll give it that. I would say, no, it's dragging. Oh, that's dragging. Brand new blade, it drags. However, I will admit I'm not used to it. Very clever system, I'm not saying that. But compared with the straight razor, this is a razor-like object. It isn't a straight razor. But it's a good edge. Not as good as a straight, but good. However, nearer to my birthday, I might push the boat out and buy one of these cassette platinum iridium pink plated long blades. But this drags. I'm sorry, but it does. So let's wipe the lather off, see what we've got. Yeah, I mean, it does the job if you have to. I suppose if you got used to it. But you look at the dimensions, even though it has got the longer blade, it ain't exactly long in comparison, is it? This will get everywhere, this doesn't. But anyway, let me stop wittering on. I want to complete this shave. I've got a little bit of work to do in my workshop before I can escape. It's also still relatively early. I've not had any breakfast. I've got to say though, I'm very pleased. This year has been a revelation for me when it comes to soaps. I'm not a soap person, I'm quite ignorant, but these shave sticks, very, very quick. So if you're in a hurry and you're on the move and you want to travel, perhaps, you know, wet brushes isn't an ideal. Oh, listen to that. Yeah, that's a Hamburg ring. Yeah, big blades for me, please. I can put up with a 5/8, but that's a nice size. This is about 6/8. A little bit draggy, but far more controllable. Also, I'd just like to add that my experiments with the other little shavettes did end up with quite a few little blood spots. I hadn't really noticed, but it confirms what I've always said about mass manufactured blades. They're very, very sharp. I think they're over sharp. You can hone and tune your own blade. You can't with a mass manufactured blade. It's as it comes out the wrapper. Yeah, absolutely no comparison. So that was my expensive foray into shavettes. They have their use, no two ways about it. Unfortunately, in a strange European world, the straight razor is virtually outlawed. What you do in a barber shop in some countries seems to be almost illegal now. I mean, I don't know why. Hepatitis, AIDS, I don't know, leprosy, whatever. Strange, isn't it, how you can use the same brush in a barber's shop from the last leper that came in and use that straight onto another customer. That's considered hygienic. Whereas you have to change the blade in your little disposable shavette because they might all die of something. Whereas one of these is polished silver steel. You give it a wipe and it's clean. But oh no, no, no. We're all gonna die. Very strange. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it does seem bloody odd to me. Oh, this is nice. First pass on heavy stubble, like mine. And it is heavy stubble, by the way. I know it's grey and you can't see it, but take my word for it, it's heavy stubble. Anyway, first pass, sometimes even a good blade slightly drags, as this one did. Second pass, look at that. Magic. The other thing is, this is another experiment, by the way. This was completely honed on a nice early coticule, which, by the way, in total, the razor, the soap, the brush, and the coticule were less than this one feather. Less than this one feather. So, yeah. Anyway, a point was raised. A lot of people don't want to take straight razors on as a hobby. They haven't got the time. Well, obviously, that is a factor. But when you look how much time you spend stuck in front of your computers, playing computer games hour after hour, the amount of time you spend talking probably pointlessly to colleagues and family, it doesn't take very long to get good with one of these. And this is something which will last a lifetime and is beautiful. And when it comes to symmetry, there's like the difference, as I always say, between a beaten up Ford and a Ferrari. You know, this type of thing in life gives you luxury with no money involved. I'm not saying you shouldn't ever use a gold dollar if you really must. But this is coming up about 100 years old. Possibly more like my kind age, more like sort of 60 or 70 years old. Will last me, if I had any descendants to leave it to, it would last them. Once you've got the skills, which is why we straight razor shave, to develop skills. Once you've got the skills, you ain't going to cut yourself. You get perfect shaves and a skill level which is to be envied all around the world. But this is, you can even, honestly, as I just did, you can even do virtually dry passes. You don't need to be completely lathered up. Let's put a little bit more on, just so the cynics can say that I do. Occasionally get it right. There you go. That's it. Last pass cut. This is about, I don't know, 3 passes. Don't really need to. 1 pass would have done. But it's still cutting a treat. Then change over hands. Left hand now. Make sure that you try and keep your hands modestly dry. If you slip with one of these things, you will regret it. Yeah. You soon learn the angle of your respective stubble. It's all part of it. You soon learn whether you prefer a synthetic edge or a natural edge. I don't care, I like both. And there you go. Absolutely perfect shave. Do you know, I don't think I'm going to be spending any money on expensive disposable blades. So, a reasonably successful experiment, chaps. But I hope you agree anyway. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. So there you have it. Coticule, edge, very kind, very good. The bevel was set and the final finish all on one coticule stone. It took no time. From a heavy slurry to set the bevel down to water only, where the blade sticks on the stone. Amazing. Until you've tried that, there's a lot of things in life we should try. Anyway, all I'm doing is to have a quick wipe off with the flannel. And today, because my skin has recovered from that multiple shave I did with all the different coticles, all the different shavettes. That's better. That's absolutely fine. I'll put on just for the sake of it. No sting at all. It might be a tiny bit just there, but I think that was a leftover from multiple passes with shavettes and a standard razor. So I don't think I'm going to count that. Once I'm out in the fresh air, I won't even feel it. As far as most areas go, honestly, I kid thee not, not a thing. So let's just wipe that off. That was a good little test. Wipe off the lather. And worse, you must wipe off, you really have to wipe off the alum. As I keep warning, you get the alum on your good steel, you'll regret it. Certainly the good steel will. And last but not least, little call out to Jacques in Johannesburg. This is the poor man's aftershave. If you've got a nice kind, in this case, vegan lather, slop it on after you've washed off the alum, slop it on, and that will not only soften the skin, but it'll replace the essential oils. There you go, chaps, aren't we green? And I will bid thee a very, very fond farewell for now. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. All I do is test blades. That's it. I'm not great on lathers. I know nothing about the scents. And as for brushes, don't know much about them either. Only I do prefer these to, look, here's a bristle one. That's a hog's bristle one. And yeah, it's like sandpaper on your skin. This is nylon. Definitely softer. Anyway, enough of that. Each to their own. Goodbye, chaps. See you very soon. Thanks for watching.